Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Wednesday, April 9th Finance Committee meeting. We have with our roll call, we have all Finance Committee members present, which takes us on to number 2, our consent agenda. This is where we have the approval of minutes, March 5, 2025 regular meeting, and the recommended approval of bills and transfers, if any, to the county board, totaling, I believe that's $2,745,881.90. May I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? I have a motion by Member Leffler, and I saw a second by Vice Chair Friedrich. Comments, questions? All right, carrying right along, let's go ahead and vote. Consent agenda, the approval of the minutes, and the recommended approval of bills and transfers. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. Moving along to appearance of members by the public or county employees. Administrator Taylor, have we had anyone apply?
Chair Lehman, we've had no requests this evening.
All right, thank you very much. Bringing us on to departmental matters, item number 4. We welcome our county auditor, Michelle Anderson, who has a few items to be presented for action this evening. We have item number 4A1A, the request approval of an ordinance of the McLean County Board amending the 2024 combined annual budget and appropriation ordinance. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor? Motion by member Roseman Mendoza and a second by member Fagan. Auditor Anderson, over to you for any information you'd like us to know about this one.
So basically, A and B go together. A is reducing the 2024 budget by the amount of purchase orders, various departments, in this instance, facilities, Parks and Rec, Highway, and the ARPA fund, courtesy of the county administration, is basically reducing their 2024 budget. They're going to carry those monies forward to 2025 and spend them in 2025. So then B, not to get ahead of you on the agenda, sorry. I'm actually impressed because today feels like the third Monday this week, is increasing the 2025 budget.
Thank you very much. Comments or questions from the committee? And just for everyone, this as a point of clarity, this is just a regular item of business that we have seen from year to year with these type of items.
Very routine, and I will say some of these, like Highway tends to always have a truck on there. We order a truck towards the end of the year, and somehow, I don't know why, they don't make it, but they don't make it. And usually they come in on January 3rd, of course, right? So we have to carry it forward.
Yeah. Thank you very much. All right, let's go ahead and put 4A1A, the request approval of an ordinance of the McLean County Board amending the 2024 combined annual budget appropriation ordinance to a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. 4A1B is, as Ms. Anderson previously explained, it's the request approval of an ordinance of the McLean County Board amending the 2025 combined annual budget and appropriation ordinance. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor? Motion by member Farley and a second by member Fagan. Any additional information we should know?
No, I mean,
Okay.
They're the exact same, except one is reducing and one is increasing.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Comments or questions on the increasing part? All right, let's go ahead and vote. For A1B, request approval of the ordinance of the McLean County Board amending the 2025 combined annual budget and appropriation ordinance. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. Ms. Anderson, any information to be presented regarding quarterly report or other today?
No, ma'am. That since we just ended last week, I believe on Monday, was too soon to have it for the agenda. So next month we should see quarterlies. Just depends on timing. Just too quick to get it out in a day, basically.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate your presence tonight and look forward to the quarterly report next month. Carrying right along now to 4B. This is where we welcome the county clerk's department here. We've got one item for action. That's 4B1A. Request approval of a resolution 3 online index book software services renewal with COT Systems. Motion for discussion. Motion by member Klaas and a second by member Fagan. And then we've got joining us from the county clerk's office, Mr. Bounds. Any information that we should know about this one, Mr. Browns, ahead of time?
Not really, it's just kind of business as usual. Last year, we had gained approval to get some archives digitized, and those archives are what's going to be placed in the system, Resolution 3 software and e-search system, so that title companies and national lenders can access the database.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Comments or questions from the committee for Mr. Bounds on this item? Seeing none, let's go ahead and vote then on 4B1A, request approval of that Resolution 3 online index book software services renewal with COT Systems. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Mr. Bounds, back over to you with monthly reports and other information.
Well, not seen on the month of review here. I just finished some numbers that would encompass the first quarter of this year, and we were slightly ahead of last year. However, we didn't really have much of a direction to go other than up. It kind of seemed like, but it is a positive sign.
Fantastic news. So is that information that we would expect to be able to see next month as well?
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
excellent. Looking forward to celebrating the increase in the incline with you all next month, as well as anything else that you'd be willing to bring to the table.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, carrying on to 4C, we've got our supervisor of assessments team here in for Mr. Jorzak. We have, oh goodness, please forgive me for, I'm sorry? Connie Clifford, my apologies for the miss there, but we're excited to have you here. Seeing no items for action, we're interested in all of the information that you've been able to provide within your monthly report. Over to you, thank you.
Mr. Jorzak did send a report in. We are starting to receive in our books from our assessors and starting the whole process for the 2025 tax assessment year and property taxes. We have also received our sales ratio study from the Department of Revenue. Preliminarily, it looks like maybe a 7 to 8% increase in EAV this year, which is down from the last few years, but still up. I mean, the market's still going up. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just carrying on.
Thank you very much, Ms. Clifford. Comments or questions for the Supervisor of Assessments Department regarding anything in the packet or forthcoming? No? All right. Thank you again very much for being here to represent the information in the packet. We look forward to the continuing information as we continue to see the process see its way out this year. Thank you, Ms. Clifford. Moving on to item number 4D, that's Becky McNeil, our County Treasurer, who has a couple items for action this evening. 4D1A is the request approval of a resolution authorizing the County Board Chair to assign mobile home tax sales certificates of purchase. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor? I have a motion by Member Loeffler and a second by Member Roseman Mendoza. Ms. McNeil, I believe this is pretty standard fare that we have seen before, but what else should we be aware of with this situation?
This is another parcel rolling out of the trustee surplus program, and the certificate of purchase 2019-90045. So that just tells you back to 2019. That's how long this has been in the portfolio. So the goal of the program is to get these properties back in the hands of individuals who will pay the taxes and maintain the properties and so forth. And that's what's happening here. We have an individual who's willing to purchase this property. So,
thank you very much. Comments or questions on this item? Seeing none, let's go ahead and vote on 4D1A, the request approval of the resolution authorizing the County Board Chair to assign mobile home tax sale certificates of purchase. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to 4 D1B, that's accept and place on file the county treasurer's monthly financial reports that we have distributed here. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor? We have a motion by Member Farley and a second by Vice Chair Friedrich. Ms. McNeil, over to you for the, any information that we should know about this one.
And just looking over our receipts for the month of March compared to March of '24, we are down. We have receipts of $1,355,000, down by $223,000. The year-to-date total for the first 3 months, we have $4,137,000 compared to $4,608,000. Again, that is down. The area that we're seeing the largest decrease is PPRT. And Illinois Department of Revenue kind of communicated on that last year that they did not expect our distributions this year to be as high as in the past. But that kind of moves all over the board with PPRT, as some of the members of this committee know. We have gone back and forth on PPRT. But anyway, looking at budget comparison right now, we are currently about $162,000 under budget. So we just have to continue to carefully monitor that. The shared sales tax receipts for the total for the first quarter, $595,890 from Town of Normal. City of Bloomington is $816,530. Those are actually up compared to the first quarter of 2024 overall. And that fund, the shared sales tax fund, has not only the shared sales tax going into it, but it also has a couple programs, a grant program operating out of it, as well as some of the behavioral health programs. So anyway, the fund has fund equity at the end of March of $19,258,000. Property taxes, the county clerk's office delivered extension yesterday. I haven't had a chance to get into it, but that is a huge accomplishment for them. They had some turnover, and we had some concerns on whether or not they were going to meet our deadline. Not only did they meet our deadline, and they came in earlier. So super excited about that. As Connie's sitting here talking about 2025, anyone that's come to the tax cycle meetings, you've heard this is a 2-year cycle. So Connie and Tim are getting ready to deal with 2025. We are now picking up 2024, payable 2025. And so our bills, we hope they will go out at the end of April, and we'll maintain a normal schedule for our tax cycle this year. So we'll be moving on that soon. The county motor fuel tax and the township motor fuel tax, again, the distributions from the renewal fund are coming in higher than the actual. It's interesting how that kind of flipped over time. But the total county motor fuel tax for the first quarter is $6,994,000, and then compared to $574,000 last year. So, any questions on that report?
Yeah, Rebecca, you're probably going to hate me.
Yes,
but,
go ahead.
I think the formulas just didn't get updated on the totals because it's only adding the first 2 months for the motor fuel stuff.
Where?
At the bottom of the page 1, the motor fuel, the totals, the 339, that's really just January and February. It doesn't include March.
Yeah, I
So,
might have made a mistake. I'm so
just
sorry. I apologize.
yeah,
I did have to add a line there. I apologize. Thank you. Thank you. I'm human.
I know, yeah. I hate you, but just
But
get
I
it
do
caught for next
appreciate
time.
you pointing
Yeah.
it out. Thank you so very much. But yeah, the total needs to have the 3 column or the 3 lines added to it. So, moving on to the cash report. We've been watching the Treasury, the Illinois funds rate. That money market was at 4.5 at the end of February. I thought it was going to be lower at the end of March, but at the end of March, it came in at 4.44. So, I mean, we are still in a really good position with that money market. And on the last page of my report, I just want to kind of go into that. During the first 2 months, we talk about our overall Total treasury of 116 million. This never will include any of the property tax money. This is just McLean County government. All of the property tax monies stay in the collector fund, and that's not part of the report that I submit to you. These are the various monies across all of the funds that McLean County government operates within. 116,245,000. The interest earned just through the end of February, those first 2 months of the year, 564,000. You can see the interest that was earned in 2024 now that we're in our audit period and all those numbers are booked to the general ledger. I can pretty much tell you that 5,311,000, that's pretty much a firm number. But yeah, it's still unaudited. But you can look back and compare to 2023, we had 4.2 million, 2022, 1.3 million, and then 2021, that was that time period when the Fed dropped that rate down to 0.25%. So for McLean County government, it wasn't a time period in which we were relying on our interest revenue, obviously. And 2020 was when those rates really started dropping, but because we had investments laddered out, we didn't see the results of that until 2021. But you can see the tremendous difference it makes when we're in this interest rate environment that we're in right now. I don't expect it to last very long. Having rates at over 4% it's not the norm long term. We're used to seeing rates kind of stay in the middle of 2 to 3%. So we'll see where that goes. The page 1, my Chase Bank there, it's the line in the middle under other pooled fund investments, Chase Bank. That's the primary account that we utilize to write all of our AP out of. The balance in that account moves rapidly because on this particular day of March 31st, we had just gotten done with payroll and we were pulling money in from the Illinois funds. That has now been shifted to one of our other investment funds. But I don't normally keep 7.7 million in that particular account right there. Just want to point it out to you. So, any questions? Okay. The ARPA fund. I was looking back on the ARPA fund. I wanted to just share this with you because the number, we had over $30 million in ARPA money given to us. And we are currently down to $7,535,000. And the county has all of that obligated and is in the process of spending that down. The ARPA funds, according to the U.S. Treasury, we were able to keep the interest earned off of that ARPA money. And today I look back between 2024 back to 2020, and is about 1.4 million that we've earned that we've been able to transfer to the general fund to help support the operations of the general fund from that ARPA money. So I just wanted to point that out because that's not something that's going to come up very often. I'll move on to the next report. The nursing home report for the month of February, their primary sources of revenue, the nursing home had $817,975. Their year to date, keep in mind we only have the first 2 months of the year because of how they report in. They're about a month behind. They have accumulated revenue of $1,720,000, accumulated of expenses of $1,406,000. So at this point in time, revenue is exceeding expenses, but we know there's some accruals that have to happen yet. The receivable, we are currently at $4,897,000. Cash, their primary operating cash sits at negative $1,381,000. The resident funds can't be touched. That belongs to the residents. So cash is total is $1,351,462. The year-to-date change in fund equity. We started out the year in 909,553, and we are currently at 1,223,000. So that difference is essentially where the revenues are currently exceeding the expenses. So, any questions on that report? And then moving into the Blue Cross Blue Shield, this is our self-insurance plan. We, for the first 3 months of the year, our expenses are $1,989,405 compared to $1,825,986 a year ago. So our expenses are up by $163,000. The stop loss fee, we currently have a fee of $382,878.88. However, we haven't really hit where those adjustments start making up for that fee. But you'll see that as we move in further into the year with our claims. So, any questions? I do want to add right now, so last year we started some of our audit work, and this week and next week they're in-house, so we are under audit right now, and we'll be moving. I don't know that the audit will be completed in time for the financial report and the auditor report to come to you in the month of June. If not, it'll be in July. That'll be something that the county auditor puts together. But right now, just in looking where we are in timing, I think it's probably going to be July. I'd be surprised if it's June right now. So just to give you a little idea of what's going on with 2024. And that's the ACFR that we've referred to.
Thank you very much, Treasurer McNeil. Any additional comments or questions before we vote on accepting the report? No? Okay. So this will be item 4D1B, the accept and place on file the county treasurer's monthly financial report. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything else for information that we should be aware of this evening, Ms. McNeil?
No.
All right. Thank you again very much for being here and for your explanations. Item 4E is where we welcome our Director of Animal Control Program, Marshall Thompson. We've got one item to be presented for action this evening. That's 4E1A, the request approval of an ordinance by the McLean County Board amending Chapter 205 fees, Article 11 miscellaneous code fees, Section 205 to 32 in the McLean County Code. Might we have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? Got a motion by Member Loeffler and a second by Member Roseman Mendoza. Ms. Thompson, over to you for what we should know going into the discussion.
Thank you so much, members of Finance Committee. I'm submitting this memorandum to request your approval of an ordinance that provides for an increase in fees for specific animal services within McLean County. The proposed fee adjustments are essential to ensuring that our county animal service programs remain sustainable, effective, and aligned with industry standards. The proposed adjustments are based on the following considerations: align with county comparables, rising costs of materials, medications, and supplies, and encouraging owner accountability and compliance with Illinois regulations. The proposed ordinance outlines specific fee adjustments which have been carefully reviewed to balance cost recovery with affordability for residents. I'm happy to provide any additional information or answer any questions you may have regarding this proposal, and thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you very much, Ms. Thompson. Comments or questions from the committee this evening? All right. Seeing none, let's go ahead and vote on item number 4E1A. That's a request approval of the ordinance of the McLean County Board amending Chapter 205 fees, Article 11 miscellaneous code fees, Section 205 to 32 in the McLean County Code. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Moving on to items to be presented for information this evening. Ms. Thompson, with your monthly report.
We love the photo. of the new animal control facility. Wanted to once again thank Heather Paul with Warrior Woman Photography, our McLean County Animal Control volunteer, for keeping us updated on the progress of our new animal control facility and taking those great photos. And progress is moving right along, and we're getting really excited about how things are going to come here pretty quickly. MCAC staff continues to diligently care for the animals at the facility. I appreciate all their hard work and dedication to the program and the community, and they're working really hard to provide a lot of shelter enrichment and moving things around so we can get to the new facility progress. Looking forward to that move. The facility continues to do reclaims, adoptions, and transfers. Year-to-date, 70 cats and 35 dogs have been transferred into other programs for adoption, in addition to the private adoptions of 8 dogs and 20 cats. In total, 133 pets have been adopted or transferred. So we appreciate all the collaborations with the community partners, our individual adopters, the businesses that help contribute by giving us information and helping promote our animals available for adoption. So far, MCAC has facilitated 92 rabies inoculations through March of 2025. We've prepared and submitted for rabies testing 9 bats, 1 dog, 2 raccoons. So those are very important things to the community in our rabies prevention portion of our program. In addition, we've monitored 91 bat rabies investigations through March of 2025. And we also appreciate the collaboration and help with the McLean County Health Department, Communicable Disease, who reviews those incidents needed for PEP recommendation. This is an invaluable intergovernmental collaboration between these departments, and it's critical in protecting the community. Those breakdowns are 23 bats, 28 cats, and 40 dogs. We'd also like to remind citizens of McLean County to get your pets vaccinated against rabies and other diseases that are preventable, and contact your local veterinarian to set up those appointments. And you can also contact Animal Control, and we can help you find low-cost assistance if there's some needs that you would like to talk to us about. And if you are bitten by an animal, please contact your dispatch center and contact us immediately, and we will walk you through the biting quarantine process. And also, springtime is here, so indigenous wildlife will continue to try to get into your living spaces. So try to look at securing your perimeter of your home. If you need help, you can contact Department of Natural Resources or Animal Control. We're happy to.
Not the sheriff's office.
Not the sheriff's office. Yes, defer all those calls to Animal Control, and we are happy to help out to alleviate those extra fun calls for you.
They'll call us.
Yes, they will. Your rabies registration fees can be paid online, in person, or you can mail it. Hopefully, in the next couple months, I'll be presenting to administration some new digital efforts in that capacity. So I'm excited about those adventures. We're really working hard on our overpopulation control efforts. I'm hoping to see a lot of good things with the new facility, things that we can help reduce the unwanted pets in our community. So far, we've had facilitated 58 feline alters, 23 canine alters, implanted 103 microchips, and again, 92 rabies vaccines. And I wanted to once again point out all the community partners who's transferred animals from our program, and I really do want to showcase those collaborations, because it does take a village to help solve the problems that we foresee in the future and currently at the Animal Control Program. And it's great to have a place for those animals to get adopted and help get forever homes. If you'd like to volunteer, we have lots of opportunities coming up with Animal Control, so you can check out our website and fill out the form or stop out in person. And I'd like to showcase that Wishbone Canine Rescue has invited us to attend their pet vaccination clinic, and McLean County Animal Control staff and volunteers will be assisting with collecting the McLean County rabies registration, meeting and greeting with our community, and just kind of showcasing another collaboration of partnership, helping the community get their animals vaccinated. Another fun event will be at Raider Family Farms Baby Animal Days on June 14th and Saturday, June 21st. Please come out. This is a really fun day. There's a lot of children who meet and greet with all of our puppies and kittens, and it's a great place to just connect with the community again. And we appreciate Raider inviting us to attend their baby animal days. Volunteering is a great opportunity. Kitten season's almost here, so looking forward to finding more foster opportunities if you can help. We provide the food, the shelter, like the caging, veterinarian care. You just provide the love and the time. And if you'd like to adopt an animal, please contact Animal Control. We continue to do our strong business practices by helping reduce the number of animals that entering the facility. We've returned 40 dogs and 4 cats, totaling 44 pets that have been reunited with their owners. And we continue to research tags, provide educational opportunities, maintain contractual obligations, and provide shelter enrichment to the animals. And we really appreciate all the effort that the community and the board provides for our program, and administration for helping us do such a great job. So thank you. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any of them. And wildlife too.
Any comments or questions from the committee?
I know it's a
Recognizing,
long report, but
recognizing that you guys have been quite busy, especially in the midst of the new facility coming up. And just thank you very much for all the time and effort you've put in, and also thank you to those in administration
Yes.
who have been so incredibly helpful with all of the processes going along the way. So thank you very much for your report.
and don't touch the geese. That's
and-
my second part.
Yeah, absolutely. A great reminder that the geese are protected. We cannot touch them. We cannot move them. They are in their own protected space.
If businesses or residents have troubles, they can call us instead of the sheriff's department. And we will help contact Illinois Department of Natural Resources or get some decoys or some signs or try to give them some things that over the years we've found that are very helpful. So I'm happy to help out in that effort if we can. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Thompson. Moving on to our next area, we've got 4F1A, where we chat with our county administrator, Ms. Taylor. The item to be presented for action this evening is the request approval of a reclassification request from the Sheriff's Department. I have a motion to put it on the floor. We've got a motion by Member Fagan and a second by Member Loeffler. Administrator Taylor, do you have anything that you'd like to share with this one before we perhaps hear from the sheriff?
Yes, so I would note that Sheriff Matt Lane is here to answer any of your specific questions, but I'd like to point out that this request and this resolution is really an effort to find efficiencies within the Sheriff's Department when they have the opportunities. So we had some staff that retired, and the sheriff also has some rock stars within the Sheriff's Department that were willing to take on some extra responsibilities. And so we present this as a way to reorganize and meet those efficiencies. And so I'll let him continue with that.
So we had a recent retirement in our secretarial area. My secretary, J.J. Brassick, retired. And with that, we had an opening, and I wasn't sure. I wanted to evaluate the position a little bit before I filled it. And what I asked Melanie Kunkel to do, who's our supervisor of records division, and has done a phenomenal job of updating that and constantly helps with everything. She came over to our side, to the administrative side, and she has been my secretary, basically an administrative secretary for everyone, on top of her supervisor duties and records. And she's done a phenomenal job at organizing both those positions. However, it was a little bit, I think it's too stressful for one person. I do think that she would thrive in as an office manager, so that's pretty much what this change is. So there's a vacant position. We're going to move that, we're going to promote Ms. Kunkel to a supervisor 4, and she was a 3. We're going to reduce that to a 2, the vacancy that she's creating, in return, so that we can still have a supervisor in records, but Ms. Kunkel will be the supervisor for all. She'll be over that person in records. She has increased efficiency in every aspect of her job, and she has been a phenomenal asset to us. So I'd really like to reward that and give her a little relief with a supervisor underneath her to help her with her supervisory duties.
Thank you very much, Sheriff Lane. Any comments or questions from the committee? Well, congratulations on a recent retirement for the person who has moved right on. But
Thank you.
absolutely love hearing about stories of folks who've done a dynamite job and giving them the opportunity to really grow within the organization. So
She has. She's earned
thank you
every
very
bit of
much
it,
for
so.
identifying that and bringing it here to
thank
us
you.
tonight.
And I'd like to thank the Sheriff's Department for your process improvement and looking at that when you have those opportunities.
Thank you very much.
Seeing no further comments or questions, we'll go ahead and put it to a vote. Item 4F1A, the request approval of a reclassification request for the Sheriff's Department. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Ms. Taylor, any items to be presented for action this evening?
I have nothing else to present to the committee.
Thank you very much. Item number 5, with other business and communication, our next meeting is going to be May 7th, 2025 at 5 p.m. With no other information to be shared. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to share tonight? All right. With nothing else, I say thank you so much for your service to the county, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.